Hello and welcome to today's episode of A Daily Mindset. In previous episodes, we recently spoke about what mindset actually is and why it matters. I asked on a scale of 0 to 100% how people rated the importance of mindset in terms of achieving the success and the goals that they wanted in their life. And as per usual, when I ask that question to clients and to audiences that I speak to, the numbers range usually between kind of 70 to 100%, usually around the 80 to 100. And obviously, as a mindset coach for over 20 years, then I have to agree. Mindset is often the missing piece. It's kind of the fuel that makes things happen. Obviously, the know-how is important and the strategy, but once you've got all that in place, the one thing that often makes the difference between success and achieving and not fulfilling your goals and potential is usually something related back to mindset, the way we think, the way we feel, our habits, our confidence, anything that we can identify like that is a mindset which is useful to understand and be aware of, but it's also really exciting to know that for most people it's an area they don't spend too much time working on, which means it's an area left for kind of untapped potential for change. So in today's kind of episode, I really wanted to talk about mindset improvement. If we've identified that mindset is that kind of fundamental for our success and achievement in life and in business, in sport, whatever endeavor you want to relate this to. My follow-up question is, what do you do to improve, to optimize, to develop, to recharge your mindset? If it's that important, what are you doing to work on that? And usually, there's often people are doing a few things. Maybe they're not being consistent with it, or maybe they're not giving themselves credit for what they're doing. But by and large, most people will admit they're probably not doing as much as they could, or they're not doing anything consistently. So I'd like you to kind of have a look at that for yourself today and kind of ask yourself what you're currently doing, or what could you do to develop, to improve, to enhance, to recharge your mindset. When I first started out over 2 decades ago, the majority of clients I would work with were reactive. They were coming to me because there was a problem. In their words, they'd need to fix something wasn't working, they were struggling. And although I still see clients like that, it's really good to see there's been a shift, there's been a change, and a large portion of my clients now are kind of taking a more proactive and preventative approach towards their mindset in a similar way that professional performers, whether they be athletes or whether they be kind of musicians or singers, they are the elite. They're the top in their field, but they don't leave it to chance. I work with a lot of sports people and have done over the years, and they train every day. Singers will rehearse, performers will rehearse. They're always honing their skills and their craft. But the one thing that most people leave to chance is their mindset. But if you take the same approach to your mind fitness as many people do towards their physical fitness, you don't go to the gym once, you don't go for a walk or a run or have a healthy meal once, or even for a week or a month for a short period of time, and then say, oh, that's done, I don't need to do that anymore. To optimize it, to keep it in the best place, it comes from consistency. So our habits, our behaviors really kind of make a difference. So if you could incorporate some ways of developing to kind of strengthen your mindset, if you could weave some ways into your day, into your week, into your life, imagine what a difference it could possibly make for you. And the one objection, the one kind of piece of resistance people often throw up is time. They're overwhelmed. Busy CEOs, business owners, entrepreneurs, managing directors, the kind of people I work with at this level, they will often say, I've already got so much to do. Where am I going to fit this in? And admittedly, we're all busy, but it's about priority. It's about if we have agreed, and if we can agree that mindset is important, it's about giving it the priority it deserves. And if you take that kind of preventative, proactive approach, then it's going to save you and serve you well in the future. Rather than, me seeing someone who's kind of recovering or on the verge of burnout, well, if you could incorporate these things on an ongoing, consistent basis, then that's going to prevent that. But on the other side of it, it'll always help you to kind of achieve your personal best as well. But back to the time for a second. The average adult, the stats that I've read recently change slightly, but the average adult spends just under 4 hours every day on their phone or watching some form of audio-visual content. 3 hours 43, I think, is the average that is being floated around at the moment. Whether you're someone who does less than that or more than that, my point is we often will be doing things that use up our time in a way that's not the most productive. And don't get me wrong, there's times and a place to kind of unwind and use these things as distraction, or maybe you're watching something useful. But by and large, I think most people, if they're honest and have an honest conversation with themselves, will admit they're probably scrolling and immersing themselves in hours or time that they could be using in a more effective, productive way. So maybe that's something for you to think about today, and to help with that and to reduce that overwhelm. One of the strategies and techniques I suggest for my clients is just start off with a focused 15 minutes every day. You're not limited to this, but if you imagine that you only kind of started off by taking 15 minutes every day to do something, an activity that will help you to develop, enhance, recharge your mindset, start there. And obviously you can build it up if needed, if appropriate, but just start off with 15 minutes. I think most of us can admit they could reduce something else that they're doing. They could reduce another task enough that they could create a window of opportunity of at least 15 minutes where they can invest in themselves and their mindset, and for their long-term kind of benefit, really. So there's no right or wrong. We're all different. We all like doing different things. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they like to clean. Their thing is cleaning. They love to put the music on loud and just clean their house, and that kind of works for them. It just helps them to feel better in their mind. We all know, tidy space, tidy mind. But for them, it's just their downtime. Somebody else likes to put some TV on, catch up some programs while they're ironing, and while they're doing that, they're in that kind of state. For others, it's walking, meditation, some form of mindfulness, listening to a podcast, some breathing exercises, physical exercise. There's so many different things that we can do that help improve and optimize our mindset. You're spoiled for choice. So time's not an excuse, and options are neither of an excuse. So just choose something that you could do to help you to develop your own mindset, and be consistent with it. Start off with that 15 minutes a day, do it for the next week, do it for the next 30 days, and see what a positive difference it makes for you. So that's what I'd like you to think about today. How best could you incorporate things in your day-to-day life that would help you to develop, reset, to enhance, optimize, and recharge your mindset moving forward? What you have or haven't done in the past doesn't matter now. It's what you do from this day forward that matters most. So start where you are today. Make today day one of incorporating some new habits that will be beneficial for you, and notice the positive impact it will have for yourself. And let me know in the comments, what is your current favorite way of recharging and relaxing, or what are you looking forward to experimenting with moving forward? I look forward to reading in the comments some of your favorites, And I look forward to speaking to you on the next episode very soon. Take care for now, and have a fantastic day.